It is December 8th. I didn't film yesterday because I didn't really do too much. I went over to my parents, played a board game with my dad, brother, and while I was there, my nephew was being watched by my mom. So I played with him a little bit, but we played this board game called Kitchen Rush. It's basically like, I don't know, it's kind of like Overcooked, where you guys are all making meals in a kitchen. You have timers you have to flip over, and once your timer runs out, you can move to the next step. It was pretty fun. It was our first time playing. We just got it, but it was fun. And then what else? I came home, cleaned up a little bit, made some dinner. I watched a movie with my book club. We watched Pumpkin Everything. It's a Hallmark movie, and I would say it was very loosely based on the book. I feel like the only thing that was the same was like 3 or 4 character names, and then like the beginning of the book accident happening, and then nothing else was the same. There were themes that were the same, like fall, obviously with a book named Pumpkin Everything, but it wasn't all together. It wasn't very good. I would give it like a 1.5 out of 5. But the book was better. That's one time where the book was better than the movie. And now I'm working. I work from home. I work in insurance. So I work from home Monday to Friday. And yeah, my office is out of state, so I don't even have the option to go in if I wanted to. So yeah, just working today, and then tonight I'm going to cut my dog's hair. I do cut our oldest dog, Tiffany's, hair from home. I started doing that a few years ago, maybe a couple years ago. I can't remember why. I think because like we couldn't get her in, and I was like, well, she needs her haircut. So I started just doing it from home, and then yeah, I just kept doing it because I was like, well, I can do as good of a job as the groomers can. So I'll show you like a before and after of her. Her hair's pretty long right now, but it's kind of cute, so I've been kind of keeping it like that for a while. What else do I want to do? I need to do some plant care, so maybe on my lunch I will do that. And then, yeah, it's Monday. I don't really have too much to do on Mondays. I do typically go to Orange Theory to work out after work, but I'm kind of feeling bad. I don't know what it is. So I'm not feeling too well, so I'm not going to go today. I'll probably go Wednesday when the next class I like is offered. So I think after today I'm going to kind of do like some house things, like water my plants, repot some plants into those new pots we got, and clean up a little bit. So anyways, I will catch up with you guys maybe on lunch. I'm not too sure. I don't really have time to like do much throughout my work day, so I will see you either at lunch or after work for the day. Oh, my husband is putting up Christmas lights today, so maybe I'll get a clip of like our garage area or the side of our house or something once those are up tonight. And we got 2 inflatables he put up a couple of days ago. So once those are up, I will show you guys a clip of those. I thought I would kind of take you guys along for how I water my indoor plants. And then I'll also show you my plants once I finish them. So I have this thing, I don't know if anybody follows plant people, but Becca de la Plants, she recommended this thing called a planta potty. And it's basically like a potty for your plants when you water them. So you get like a 5-gallon bucket. I think that's how big this is. And then you buy this, company 3D prints them on Etsy, and you can put your plants over, so I don't have to take them like to the sink, which the bathroom is just across from my office, so it's not like it's a long haul, but when you have a lot of plants, it's kind of annoying to take them there. I know, it's not a big deal, but so I will flip the camera around and show you guys what I'm doing. So this is my planta potty. So you just put a plant on there, and then the water drains in through there. And here you can put like tools, leaf cuttings, things like that. But I thought it was cute. And then I've got it on here. I've got my little Plant-A-Potty sticker. And yeah, so I gotta swap these out and then put some new plants in them. Like I think next up I need to water my ficus. Here's a quick overview of some of my plants. I need to water like this big guy and that one. And then I have a lot of like self-watering pots that I'll fill too. But I'll give you guys an overview of my plants once I'm done watering them all, when they're all fresh and nice and perked up from not being so thirsty. So here is my ficus. This is called a Ficus chivriana. It's got like kind of like spotting on the plants. I'm trying to, like, I don't know if you can see, but I'm trying to grow new stems so it stops growing so tall. But this water, I made this sticker. This water has like fertilizer and then like a fungicide in it, because these plants I haven't repotted in a while, so I think the fertilizer is kind of gone through. So I'm just going to water them through with fertilizer. But I wanted to show you the Plant-A-Potty, so you can just kind of water it however much you need, and then it'll drip down into there. And it's dirty because soil's dirty and all that. I just use the soil and I pour it over some of my outdoor plants, or I'll reuse it in here, so it doesn't go to waste when I use the water. So yeah, that's one of a bunch of plants I need to water today. And I just water them like in between calls at work and stuff. So like I'll do a task, change out the plants, do another task, change out the plants. So it doesn't really like impact my day at all. I just kind of do it throughout the work day. And then when I need a break, I'll water more than one plant at a time. So here we go. I figured I should also show you my self-watering pots. So I've got this, it's called a money plant. I was about to sell it, and then because I've just never been good at growing them, and then it just took off, and I just kind of let it do its thing because it's not my favorite, but it's really cool how it grows. So I was like, well, I'll keep it, and if something happens to it, I'm not attached to it. But I use self-watering pots for these because they're pretty thirsty. So the gauge you can see is down. Well, you can't see it because it's empty. So you just take water and dump it into here, and then eventually you'll start to see that gauge go up. And I usually just do it till like over where it says max, because this plant, like I said, is thirsty. So in like 2-3 days I'll have to redo it anyway. So like I have this Monstera in it too, just because Monsteras, for me at least, are thirsty. So it's got that same type of gauge, and I just fill it up. And yes, I have bonsai soil next to this. I need to repot my bonsai tree. And like that. And then a couple days I'll have to refill it, because Monstera, for me anyways, and I think because it's the winter, so things are like just naturally more dry, I'll just refill it in a couple days. My husband is on the roof hanging up Christmas lights if you hear thumping. But yeah, I'm just going to continue water plants, and then I'll show you plants later today. All right, I'm sitting down about to repot my bonsai tree, and I figured I would show you guys just a quick overview of my plants. So I've got this one hanging on the wall, got some on this like IKEA thing. I know I need to clean up some stuff. So yeah, these are those self-watering pots that I was showing you when I was watering my plants. Got these down here. These 3 have like the potential to bloom if they like me enough in the spring. So that's pretty cool. I'm hopeful this one will, because it's grown kind of a lot over the last year that I've had it. I've got this really tall ficus right here. Got some cactus up here. These were my husband's, and then when we moved, he didn't have room for them anymore, so I keep them now. Money tree that my grandma got us when we moved in. Got another plant. I love that pot. I thrifted it maybe like a year or 2 ago. I really like it. Got some more here. I always like this one because it's called a string of bananas or a string of dolphins, just because they kind of look like bananas. Some plants in this little IKEA greenhouse. Have my asparagus fern, which is just fun to like run your fingers over because it has a cool texture to it. String of pearls. Oh, here's my little bonsai. I'll bring him out more when we're gonna repot him. Then I have a couple more self-watering pots. This one might bloom too. I'm less faithful in that one, but this is like a Christmas, Thanksgiving, holiday cactus. And it blooms. It's supposed to only bloom around like whatever holiday it is, but I find that mine blooms like maybe every other month. So I don't know if it's confused on what time of year it is, but I like it. I call it the grandma's cactuses because my grandma gave me one, and then we have some from Carmen's grandma who passed away a few years ago. So I call it the grandma's because it has both of our grandmas in there. It's really cute. So I'm going to sit down and repot my bonsai into this cute little butterfly pot that I got the other day at TJ Maxx. Okay, so I think I cut this out of my first vlog that I posted, but here's my bonsai plant. We got it from one of my husband's old coworkers that used to grow these from seed. So it started out as this little, don't focus on me, this little tiny thing right here. I don't know how people do this. And somehow I have managed to grow this. It's dormant right now, so that's why it looks dead. But I find that in the winter, it drops all of its branches and all of its leaves. Looks like except for this one that it's trying to grow. And then in the spring, it just grows a bunch of branches and leaves. I don't know. I try to research about bonsais, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to find a good website. I know like Reddit has a bunch of stuff about bonsais, but I don't know. I just want like a good updated video telling me how to care for this thing. I know they like a lot of water, so I have it in this self-watering pot, and I know this pot won't be self-watering, so I'll have to keep an eye on watering that. So yeah, I'm gonna repot this, and then I will show you guys when I'm done. Oh, here's the soil I use. So I do have it in this thing called Pon. And Pon is good for like if you're gonna do self-watering plants or pots, because I guess it like holds on to less moisture, so it's good. And I read it was good for bonsais too, but I'm going to try this organic bonsai soil. It's supposed to be good, had a lot of good reviews, a lot of people that grew really tall bonsai trees in it, so I'm hopeful that I can grow a very tall, very healthy looking bonsai as well. So we'll see how it goes. I'll show you after I get it all potted up. I am pausing in the middle of repotting this to show you guys the roots on this thing. I always think it's so cool to see the roots on a plant when you're repotting it, and this is the seed that our friend grew it from. So I always think that's cool to look at. I don't know, it's interesting to me how they grow and all kinds of stuff. So let me get back to repotting. All right, so here is the bonsai now. I know it looks sad, but like I said, here in a couple months, it'll start growing again. So I don't know if that's what it's supposed to do, but that's what it's done the past 2-3 years. So I don't know, if I keep vlogging, I guess I'll show you guys an update, like, you know, in the spring and summer. But yeah, so that is it for now. I will go ahead and I'll put it back on its spot, and I still need to find a plant to put in here. I haven't decided that yet, but yeah, that is all for now. What were you doing, bud? Did you get stuck trying to fall up or climb up the couch? This is Butters. He's our newest little guy. We got him from my brother and sister-in-law. They had him, and then the girl cats were kind of bullying him, so we took him in, and he gets along with our girl cat and our dog Tiffany. Maple, our newest dog, is still kind of coming around to all the animals. But this is Butters. He's like 2-ish. We aren't too sure like how old exactly he is, but he's a couple years old. He's a pretty boy. He has all his claws, so he likes to climb things. like he was before I started this clip. He was trying to climb up the couch. I don't know why he didn't just jump, because he jumped earlier, but no, he decided to climb up. We have this perch here that he, well, it's not a perch, it's just our couch that he really likes to lay on. And we have a bird feeder that we normally put outside the window, but we took it down because we don't get birds when it's cold like this out. So the sun hits here in the morning and they really like to lay in this spot. So he will be laying and patrolling the neighborhood for us. But that's Butters. Hi, boy. Hey, brave boy. Here is our new puppy, Miss Maple. She's 6 years old. We just adopted her from a shelter a little over 2 weeks ago. She doesn't like things to be too comfy, so she's been sleeping on this blanket. I think she gets too hot if she's like on a bed. So she's just been using this blanket and has been chilling out. Right, Maple? She's still kind of shy around us. The shelter that we got her from, they take in dogs from puppy mills, so they don't really know much about them when they come to the shelter. They just know that they were at a puppy mill. So we named her Maple. She never had a name before, but she's starting to learn her name. So she's being a good girl. She's still learning how to, you know, be a dog with all our other animals and stuff, but she's getting along pretty good. We just got her a haircut, I think it was last week at PetSmart, and yeah, she's just been getting spoiled, eating a lot of good treats and food. Yeah, so that's Maple. Over here, we have Tiffany. It's a baby Tiff. I just gave her a haircut yesterday. She's 12. She's my little girl, my old girly. She's spoiled. I'm washing their bed right now, so I have them on this other little bed, and I made the mistake of, like, I think a year ago maybe, giving them this extra large heating pad because my dog she was not feeling well, and now her and the cats will only lay here if the bed is on. Right, Tiff? Tiffany, you being dramatic today. Oh, yes. She's being dramatic. But yeah, I just gave her a haircut yesterday, so her hair's pretty short right now. And I still need to give her a bath. I just didn't want to because it was so cold yesterday. I felt like she would freeze, so I'll probably give her a bath maybe tomorrow when the sun's out and she can be nice and warm. So yeah, that's Tiffany. And then I know I showed you guys Butters earlier, but this is Toast. We call her Miss Toast. She's our Siamese. We got her from a friend of ours. He took her in because she was on the street. He took her in from somebody else. And he had 3 cats, and he was trying to see if he could give her to somebody else because he couldn't have 3 cats at the time. So we took her in. She's kind of skittish, so I don't know if she does not want to be pet right now, but when she does get pet, she just rolls around on the ground like crazy. And here comes her jealous brother. Hi, Butters. Alright, you guys, I think that's going to do it for my second day of Vlogmas. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think when I pick back up, I will show you guys some of our lights outside on the house that my husband put up yesterday, and then also show you the 2 inflatables that we have in the front yard. I'm not too sure what else we have going on the rest of the week. I know that Wednesday, which is tomorrow, I'm going to Orange Theory in the afternoon to do a workout class, so maybe I'll bring you along just to kind of show you like what our gym looks like. And then I will also be going to my grandparents this weekend. We're celebrating my brother, nephew, and husband's birthdays at my grandparents. So we're gonna do like a little cake and things like that. Not sure what else we're getting into this weekend, but I know we have that. We might go to Costco. We do need to restock on like some meats and stuff, so maybe we'll do that. But yeah, I guess we'll kind of just see where the week takes us, but I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, bye.